Yep. Sorry, Paul. Devin got the phone there, bud. Who was on the phone there, Devin? Was it Grandma? Mr. Gibbs, how are you, bud? Ain't seen you on in a while. What race you talking about there, buddy? What you want? You're homesick? Never heard of that racing. Is it dirt bikes or road course motorcycles? Oh, okay. What are you guys having? I want to talk about you, Paul. I'm talking about Devin there. Uh, I see. Sounds good. That sounds good. Feeling a lot better. A lot better. Um, Still trying to keep my oxygen up when I'm sleeping. And if I'm just laying on my side, it goes down. Cause sure will, Paul. How come you're feeling homesick there, bud? Are you on vacation? Oh, that's right. You're on vacation, aren't you? I forgot you were on vacation, weren't you? I don't blame you if you're feeling homesick. Oh man, that don't sound good. What kind of? I know you said MX5. Uh, what kind of racing is that, Gibbs? Is that dirt bikes or what? Sound like motocross. Yep, I know. I know that. Yes, I'm drinking Mountain Dew, but it's diet. Diet Mountain Dew. The air went wall. I felt like I had Mountain Dew today. I've been drinking Boost up here too, Devin. Boost Plus. It's because Mountain Dew, there it is. That's a good one. Caleb bought some strawberry syrup for me, so I've been drinking strawberry Boost, 4 of them a day. Because she said, if I get you syrup, will you drink them? Instead of drinking the strawberry milks, which I still do drink those too. But she rather me drink Boost because that's more protein. But she said, if I bring you a strawberry syrup, this was Thursday when she left. If I bring you strawberry syrup Monday, will you drink Boost? I said, yeah. So she bought me a bottle of syrup, and it's sitting right there, sitting back there. And so, as long as I got strawberry syrup in them, I'm gonna drink the Boost. I watched. I finally subbed to Michael, and I watched his stream this morning when he was live. They had just crossed into Louisiana, so he won't be to the Texas until tomorrow night. Nope, I don't put them in the fridge at home. Cause once you put them in the fridge, they get harder and harder to squeeze the syrup out of them. I don't put them in the fridge at home, so I'm not gonna do it here. They just stay fine. They'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. Or get a holder like Ron's got. That's because he asked. It was me, Deb got on there once, and Brendan Drescher was the 3 people watching him this morning. Holly popped in there a couple of times, and he asked, did the video a little bit shaky or what? And we all said, yeah, it is a little bit. And I said, you need to get a camera mount like Ron's got, because his has a automatic stabilizer in it where it will stable your camera no matter if you hit bumps or not. So he's gonna try to work on that. But at least he's got his truck back now, so but yeah, he streamed for about 2 hours. And then he had to make some phone calls, so he won't he said he'll get back on when he gets to the track, which probably be sometime tomorrow. I don't think he'll make it there today. Hey, Josh. You were the other one watching Michael this morning, weren't you? It was me, you, and Brandon Drescher. Could you say hi to me on there? Yeah, I'm hoping to go home this weekend, but it's gonna depend on the weather. So that's gonna be weather dependent because Heard from Devin they're supposed to get snow down there, and supposed to be cold up this way. So yeah, that too, Dev, that too. But actually, I like that further view better because it's like right in front of you. It sits right behind his steering wheel, where you can actually see the hood, and it's a wider angle of the road that way too. But yeah, he does need to move it over a little bit so you can get the little window strip out of the way. If he would move it to the left just a little bit more, you wouldn't have that window strip in there. But I like that far view because you get a wider angle of the road. So, and with the kind of truck he's got that Peterbilt with the long nose Peterbilt like Dad used to drive. I like those trucks. I like the view from the hood of those trucks. That's what uh, if you guys have Facebook and you want to follow another driver, he only shows pulling in it to and leaving tracks though, but it's still worth it. He does it from Facebook. Gator GAR or GATOR Nation. Common spelling for nation. Look him up on Facebook. He's the hauler driver for the Zero Flex Seal Xfinity team. He does Facebook uh, live streams. He streams pulling in and leaving tracks on Facebook. So you'll probably see his Thursday morning. You follow him on Facebook. You gotta make sure you find the right icon though. Let me see if I can find his icon right now. All right, William. Let me see if I can find his icon and show you which one you need to find here. Because I follow him on Facebook. And I get notifications from Gator Nation all the time. Let's see here. Where's the last one I saw from him? Spin a little way down. He just did a new Facebook cover page for his page. Just gotta find it in here. Here it is. Let's see this one. Okay. That's Gator Nation's you pulling into Auto Club, guys. And that's his profile picture. It's him. Let's see if I can get his picture up in the camera for you. Alright, there. When you go to Facebook, look for that picture. That's Gator Nation. He shows you pulling into tracks just like Ron does. But he only shows that part. He don't show the driving part. This was last week pulling into Fontana. But he does it on Facebook. Alright, Paul. So, yeah. If you want to follow another driver into and out of tracks, go to Facebook and look up Gator Nation. He's the Xfinity hauler driver for the Zero Flex Seal Ford. I believe they're Ford. Ford or Chevy. That's his Facebook profile. That's his new cover photo, guys. So if you see that cover photo saying Gator Nation with a gator face, that's his Facebook. Look that up, sub to his Facebook, click the bell like you do for YouTube for us. You'll get notification every time Gator Nation goes live. He should go live Thursday morning when Xfinity pull into the track. Video photos. Oh, excuse me. Not the 0. He's a driver for the 4 Chevy Camaro. The 4 Flex Seal Chevy Camaro. That's who he drives for. Ross Chastain in the 4. That's who he drives for. Not the 0. He used to drive for the 0 though. Now he switched over to the 4 of Ross Chastain. Well, I guess he does do some highway driving too, guys. He does some pictures of the road. There he is crossing into Arkansas a few weeks ago. I'm guessing that was heading out to Vegas. He's crossing into Arkansas. So he does do some pictures of road, but no video. I'm guessing his real name is Jimmy. Because on this post, it says Jimmy is crossing into Arizona. He's on the home stretch now, folks. So I'm guessing the driver's name is Jimmy. And there's a picture of him crossing into Arizona. Well, it's about time. And of course, she gets up when you're not on so no one can see her. She's a smart little shit. Wow. He used to drive for several teams here. He used to drive for the 5. He's got a 5 on the mirror of that truck. Looks like he used to drive for the 10, the 7, the 12, 13, the 15, the 14, the 16, the 19. He used to drive for a lot of teams. Of course. Here's one of his old trucks, I'm guessing. So the truck is black, not white anymore. But he's got a white trailer, though. That's an older truck when he used to drive for another team. He did used to drive for the trucks, I know that. That's probably when he drove for the trucks. He used to drive for the 0-1 as well. all three of the flex team members. The 0, the 0, 1, and the 4. He's a driver for several teams. Look like here. Pretty interesting. I have my popcorn downstairs. I didn't have to go to the Cambridge and get it. Went over by where the chips are, Dev. Saw them laying there. So I actually have my popcorn over here. I got some. Like you're the only one watching right now, but I'll keep it going. Some people said they're gonna be back, so they're doing stuff. So I'll keep it going. It's probably the vent system you're hearing there. Hey, Trevor. Yep, I'm feeling a lot better too, bud. Hoping to be able to go home this weekend. Thanks, Josh. Feeling a lot better too. Hoping to get to go home this weekend, but we'll see. You're here in the bed then, Dev. You know when you sit down, it does that um, sound when you get up. It goes. Then you sit down and it starts up again. That's what you're hearing. It's the bed every time I move around. Yes, I did. That was awesome. And since I was watching that, I missed another show that I was wanting to watch. But I can catch up on that when I get back home. I didn't recorded it. Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. What it is these beds, these newer hospital beds have like a motion thing in them, and when you sit, it's it's hard to explain without you actually being here. But you sit and it's like a center in the bed. If if I get up, the sound will stop. I bet you. But you'll hear it stop too. See? It's like a vent in the bed. It stopped. You still hear it? If I sit down, that sound will start again. It's like a motion motor in the bed, is what it is. It's like, come on, that's not gonna do it. It's like a motion motor in the bed. Because usually you sit down and it starts back up, but it didn't. I'm not sitting in the right spot for it to do it. There it goes. Now it kicked on. I know exactly what you guys are hearing, but nothing I can do about that. It's like a motor system in the bed. Instead of laying in a stiff bed all the time, every time you move, the bed moves to make it adjust to your body to make it comfortable. It's like those Tempur-Pedic mattresses, basically. You move around, the bed moves around. You adjust your position, the bed adjusts to you. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Hey, left turn. Yeah, doing good, bud. Feeling a lot better. Hoping to get a go home this weekend. But that's gonna, sounds like that's gonna kind of depend on the weather down there where we're at. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but with spring comes tornadoes in my area, which I don't like. Not fun though. So I was nearly caught in one twice. I've almost been caught in two tornadoes. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I'm tired of winter because that's when we get sick the most because of the cold air. But I don't like the spring because that's when we have tornadoes in our area. That's true. Oh yeah, we'll be able to make the race for sure. It's still 3 weeks out. But I will tell you, I just figured this out today too, Devin. What is today? The date? Yeah, 12 or 13 years ago today is when I broke my knee. Yep, 12 years ago today. 12 or 13 years ago today is when I broke my knee. I broke my left knee April 3rd, 2005. I was fifth grade. And the 15th of this month will be 4 years that me and Devin been coming to this hospital. It will be three or 4 years, April 15th. Let's see. It'll be 4 years. Because our first appointment was April 15th, 2014. Because May 9th of that year, we went to our first truck race. And that was the year they had the first night race at Kansas. We couldn't get the cup race because it was sold out. We had a doctor's appointment and we went to the truck race. And then our doctor's appointment didn't go so good, but we already had tickets for the truck race. So we had to go to it because they're not refundable. And we came back that Saturday and got put in the hospital. And that was in May of that year. So 4 years ago, April 15th, when we first started coming here. Yeah, I know. I noticed that last night. I'm hoping to get at least 75 by the end of the or yeah, let's shoot for 75 by the end of the month. I take it month by monthly right now. Yep. Oh. Mm, mm. And my therapist I had today, I was telling her that entire story too. I told her that story and then about me breaking my knee. That's when I realized that today was 12 years that I broke my knee. And I started telling her that story. Um, Not sure on that. Most likely, if we can't get this money raised by the time we need to, we'll just do our pre-race pass like we usually do. That still gets us down behind the pit wall, but it won't get us in the garage. But if we stand outside the inspection area, or if I wait on pit road like I did last year, I'll end up running into him. Yes, one way or another, I'm gonna try to meet him because I got to take that. Uh, in October, I tried to take a picture with him, a selfie with him, and when I do pictures, the most recent picture, uh, probably too much glare. The most recent picture will show up in this bubble, and after I walked away from the picture, I realized that there was. Hold on, there's too much light somehow. Let's see. How can I try not to do so much light glare? It's the phone itself, but this bubble right here will show the most recent picture taken. Well, after I walked away from the pit road to go back to the grandstand, okay, I noticed mine and Ron's picture that I took. So I got to hit this button to take the picture, and then it will show up here. Well, I didn't see our picture in that bubble. So it would have been me and Ron. When I didn't see it, I knew it didn't take. I was already back in the grandstand before I found out. So on our way home, we stopped at an Applebee's to eat. Me and Devin. I told him we won't be able to watch the stream until we stop somewhere. We'll be driving home ourselves that night. And he said, yeah, that's fine. I understand. I'll catch your break on this one for helping me on my mileage and everything. And that's what we usually do when we watch it. We write down his mileage when he can't write them down. And well, we just happened to be able to stop when he was still on. Well, he was just getting to Oak Grove, Missouri, when we were stopped at the Applebee's. He's fixing to stop himself. Well, when we did that, I texted him, or not him, but I put in the chat of his stream that, hey, remember how I tried to take a picture with you? Well, that picture didn't take. It didn't. I wasn't. When I hit the button, it didn't take. So I've got to get that picture of you. We got to try again next year. He goes, oh man, sorry to hear that. At least you got something to look forward to next year then. In May, I said, yeah, I'm going to make sure it takes before I walk away this time. Cause I told him that little bubble though, beside the white button I hit, the picture would have showed up there, and it did not. It had the picture I took before I ran into you. And he goes, oh man, well, you should have came right back. I said, well, By the time I noticed, already in the stands, and you're already gone from the wall. And they were fixing to close up the crossover gates, so I couldn't find you, and there was no way to get back to you. And he goes, "Oh man, that sucks." And so I said, "Yeah, definitely in May. I'll wait for you at tech inspection, or if we get this deal that Brandon's trying to help us with, I'll get it there in the garage with you. Or if that does end up happening, I'll wait for you across the pit box again. But one way or another, I'm gonna find you, and we'll definitely make sure it takes before I walk away this time." And he goes, "All right, we'll see you in May then. That's something to look forward to now." So I'm gonna make sure I get it, whether I do it in the garage if we get this pass, if we get the deal, or if I run into him on pit road, or I'll stand across from his pit box until he shows up if I have to, like I did last year. Because we stood down where the car would have been pushed to for the starting grid, thinking Ron's going to help the crew push it to the starting grid. Well, he didn't. Well, I started walking down. I found the pit box. I knew he worked at the pit box. I knew that for a fact. So I stood at that pit box across from it at the front where the ropes are, where they've got you roped off where you can't get on the pit road if you ain't got a pit pass. And I stood there at them ropes the entire time for probably 2 hours. And then I seen a guy walking back and forth around the box on his phone. I knew he was on his phone. It had to have been Ron. Well, I'm staring at him. He's sitting on the wall trying to get on. He was trying to go live, but Kansas kind of sits down in a bowl, so not very good signal there. And so he's sitting there with his phone trying to go live. He's got laying on the wall. I'm just standing there staring at him. I'm like, that's got to be Ron. That has to be Ron. He's on his phone. He's got a white beard like Ron. He's about Ron's height, Ron's weight. That's Ron right there. But I couldn't really tell because he had his stocking hat on that he wears when he's on pit road. And the National Guard guys that they have stand in front of the rope to keep you from crossing them, well, they're not allowed to leave their post. So I asked the guy there, I said, can you do me a favor? That guy right there on the wall, sitting on the wall by that white pit box, can you go ask him his name? Well, his commander, or his security guy that posts them where they need to be, he asked and he was told, no, you can't leave your post. So I still continue to stare at Ron. He's staring back at me. We're staring at each other for about 10 minutes. And he finally gets up, walks over to the rope, and he goes, okay, I know you're one of my viewers, but which one are you? I said, the Summers. Okay, which one? Aaron. Okay. He goes, I met you somewhere. I don't remember where. I said, probably here in May. And the first time I ever met you, down in Texas. He goes, Texas, that's where it was. Because you came up behind me when I was pushing the tool cart. And I said, yep, because our dad was with us. And he goes, okay, wait a minute, I got something for you guys. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. He goes back to the pit box and he gets us 2 bags, and it's got about 6 hero cards, a t-shirt, and a hat in it for me and Devin. from TJ. Or either TJ or Mason. I believe Mason is the one that got him for us. So he told Mason about RCF and everything, and meeting him and being big friends of him and stuff. Always on his channel. So I guess Mason gave him those back to give to us because he knew we went to Kansas all the time. And he knew he planned on running into us because we've been telling him the entire couple of weeks leading up to that race. So I guess he was talking to Mason, and Mason gave him a bag with t-shirts, a hat, one t-shirt and a hat, and about 6 hero cards for me and Devin both. So then he gave me those, and that's when I said, yeah, it is. You've probably seen Devin wear the shirt and hat a couple times. I don't think I have them. I know I don't have the hat. I don't think I have the shirt with me either. It might be in my suitcase, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, and then he's like, well, these are from Mason. If I remember correctly, he did tell me from Mason. And so, well, I got to get back to work. I said, can I get your picture real quick? He goes, yeah. So I turned my phone around to face to do a selfie and hit the button. I didn't think it took first time. I said, nope, I don't think it took. Hit it again and saw a picture pop up, but I didn't realize it wasn't the one at the time. I go, there we go. Shook his hand and he said, have a good day at the race. And didn't see him rest of the time. And then I got looking, I was like, that's not the picture. That's not mine and Ron's picture. I went flipping through my pictures, and I was like, because the picture I took before his was of Chris Devoda, Dale Jarrett, and Kyle Petty sitting at the Fox Sports table doing their pre-race interview things. I'll show you the picture here because I still have it. Right. I know I got it. Gotta find it. Let me find it for y'all. Let me find it this right here. Okay. Can you find it? Faster way. Yeah. I go down here to October. Yeah. Where's one after that? So I got their backside. No, I'm doing that. Anyway. That was the last picture that I got before I took it with Ron. But I got their backside, which I deleted because it didn't look too good. But that's Dale Jarrett, Kyle Petty, and Chris Fotis sitting at the NASCAR America booth. That was sitting down on pit road. That was probably 20 feet from Ron's pit box. So I took that one, and then that's when I went down to take the picture of Ron, or with Ron after I saw him. So that was the picture I took before I tried to take the picture with Ron. When I saw that in that little bubble, that's when I knew the picture did not take. For some reason. I must not hit the button hard, the little white button hard enough. So once I saw that, I was like, oh man, I didn't get the picture. And that's when I said, I've got to get it next year for sure. And I'm going to make sure it takes this time. So I said, either May when we catch it, or we'll have to wait until next year in October to get it. So So yeah, I'm gonna definitely make sure I get it this year in May. Um, here's some. Uh, this is usually mine and Devin's view right here. Let's see here. Mine Devin's view is usually turn 4 usually. Um, this that's what I was wearing that day. I always wear my Kansas hoodie, Jeff Gordon hat, my sunglasses, and we rent the headphones. Usually we got the headphones with the mic, but we didn't get them last year. Kadam pre-ordered this stuff while I was still in the hospital, and we didn't. We weren't able to get the one with the mic. The first time we went to a race was on Saturday and Sunday weekend. So we got the headsets, a scanner, and that black box. You would hook two headsets together, so you both can talk and listen to one scanner. Well, now we don't do that. Now we get our own scanner, our own headset, because you ain't got that black box there anymore. To talk to each other now, you have a black cord like this one that hooks to your radio. Well, actually, no. You got your cord for your scanner, and then that cord would hook up into that black box. But nowadays, they just have that cord and you hook it to each other's headset. And that's how you would talk to each other if you get the mic headset, which we usually do get. At Kansas, you can rent them for $34 or something like that. I can't remember. But last year Devin pre-ordered them when we did our tickets. Well, I guess he forgot to tell them that we get the ones with the mic so we can talk to each other. So we didn't have the one with the mic last year. But we always order our tickets online and then hold them at will call for when we get there. But so yeah, we usually hold our tickets at will call. Yeah, you can hear every driver if you turn to, let's say you want to listen to, well, when Junior was racing, you want to listen to Junior. On that scanner, you would hit 88, enter. And then you would be listening to Dale. You would hit 38, enter, and you could hear MRN radio broadcast of the race. Really? That on the news right now? Crap. Active shooter in California at YouTube headquarters. Oh, wow. All right, Paul. We'll see you later, buddy. I'm going to have to turn news and find that then. Let me see if I can find out if they're saying anything about it on the news here. What channel are you seeing that on, Dave? Channel 356. MSNBC. I gotta see what channel that is for me. Because that's not the channel for me, guys. These are all different channels up here. I gotta find out what channel that is for my TV. MSNBC 55. Oh, damn. Okay. I wonder what that has to do. I wonder what that's about. It's on CNN too. Which one? CNN. 52 CNN. I'm sure they're gonna be showing it too, but I got on MSNBC. I wonder if it's a former YouTuber. Sure will, Paul. Yeah, I have a Twitter and Facebook, and you should be able to find them both right there. Most likely, the easiest place to find it is my. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Paul. I knew what you meant. Most likely, you're gonna find it easier on my Facebook. Um, I did share it to my Twitter too, but it'd be easier to find it on my Facebook, I'm sure. Actually, it'd be easier to find on my Twitter. It'd be the very first thing that pops up. Very first thing that pops up on my Twitter. And what you'll do, you'll click down here where it says GoFundMe. You'll click down here where it says GoFundMe.com. And it should take you right to the page. Then you hit donate now. And then donate however much. If you do go on my Facebook, you have to scroll down a little ways to find it. But it's the first thing that pops up on my Twitter. And then please, after you tweet it, retweet it, and get it sent to some of your friends and have them help out as well. The more help we get on this, we might, it's a long shot, but we might make it by May. If we can start getting people to donate quite a bit of money right now. Because we need the money by next week. Because Carl has had the scheme and the money. And then he's got to submit it to NASCAR a week before the race. And then he's got to pay $500 to enter his car into the race. That's all got to be done a week before the race. But the scheme has to be submitted 2 weeks before. 2 weeks prior, and the team has to have the money 3 weeks prior so they can make the wrap. So it's kind of a long shot for May. So right now, the goal is to do it in October. Because I don't think we're going to have it done by May. There's no way. Yeah, that's fine too. Yep, share it to any platform you got. I used to have Instagram until, well, I still get notifications for Instagram, but I don't have an Instagram page. I used to, but I've taken it down. Because I was constantly getting notifications from it and stuff, and it would drain my battery really fast. I used to have Snapchat too, because when I was still with Christy, she wanted me to have Snapchat so we can chat on there. But after about a week, it would cause my battery to drain too fast, so I had to get rid of it. So I only have Facebook and Twitter, and then my YouTube now. I gotta turn this up just a little bit. Yeah, it's also on CNN too. So that's not where I can hear it, but hopefully you can't. What is what is KIK? Hey Deb, what's up? Yeah, I am. Yeah, Devin told me about it, and I just turned to it. Hey, I'm gonna be right back, guys. I gotta use the restroom real quick. There's been another shooting. Okay, I'm back, guys. Yeah, I know, right, Deb? Oh, okay. Um, never heard of it, Trevor. After kind of, is it kind of like Instagram, or is it more like Facebook? Oh, okay. More like Facebook Messenger. Okay. Okay. I'll try to check that out one day. Does it cost to get on there?
What you got here?
Yeah, they actually had it downstairs this time down
Oh,
to
they
the
did?
Cambridge.
They're trying to get fancy down there now.
Well, they
I
used
saw-
to have it down there all the time.
Oh, really?
Then it got moved to Cambridge.
Oh, I
And
didn't know
just
that.
happened to walk by there, and
saw
Kayla saw them.
Oh,
She goes,
cool.
"There's your popcorn."
Well, that's
I'm
good.
like, yes, they have it over here now.
Right, you don't have to go all the way over there. Yeah, because I got that fruit bar in the morning now, too, kind of like Cambridge.
Mm-hmm.
Fine by me. That's funny.
There's been another shooting
What?
at YouTube headquarters in California.
What?
Yeah.
Huh. Active shooting. Oh. That's crazy. Over what? I wish more people could just mind their own business.
That's what I'm trying to figure out why.
Like, I've been wondering that for freaking how many years? 23.
Well, most of them are usually at school, so you never hear anything about YouTube.
Right, but I don't know.
It must be, I don't know. Must be someone who got kicked off of YouTube for some reason.
Got fired or something. Yeah, and they're not happy about it.
Because YouTubers like guys me and Devin watch, Polecat and Jeff, they get paid to do video games for YouTube.
Oh, yeah, once they make so many videos or something, they make money. That's cool.
You get so many subscribers, so many videos, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can be paid to make YouTube videos. And that becomes your actual job.
Right.
Because Jeff, he worked, he used to live in St. Louis. He lives down in Florida now.
Oh, really?
But he used to live in St. Louis, and he worked at the St. Louis airport for 15 years or so.
Oh, wow.
And then he just did YouTube as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got bigger into it and became more famous on it.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's his job.
Wow. So, yeah, I think you don't even know about it.
And if you say something wrong or whatever, you can lose your channel and lose your job if you're one of them being paid by YouTube. That's why Devin have moderators.
What's that?
Someone comes in here and says stuff about us, or any rude language or sexual content, or Devin can delete him out of my chat because he's moderated.
What do you mean with that? You anything right
Because
now?
one of our people that watch Holly, her profile picture looks like she's like 24. And she's a blonde too. But she's actually 42.
Okay.
And because of her profile picture, people have came in on Ron's channel flirting with her.
Creeping on her.
Yeah.
Just looking at her picture and all that. That's crazy.
So that's her
nothing better
profile.
to do.
She looks 24 in her profile picture. Right here. But she's not.
Oh.
She's 42 years old now.
Yeah, that is a little nasty.
She looks nothing like that picture anymore. But because that being her profile picture, people came in on Ron's channel flirting with her. It got so bad that Ron had to actually end the stream.
Oh, wow.
He goes, I'm not going to have people flirting with Holly on my stream. I'm going to have to end it here.
Yeah. Huh.
And then we've had him doing it on our stream. And as moderator, we can tell them once to stop.
Uh-huh.
And we don't talk like that on my stream.
Right.
Or my brother's stream, in my case, if I was
Right.
watching Devin's stream.
Right.
And if they keep it up, we can tell them you either stop or leave the chat room.
Right.
And if you keep it up, then we can time them out for so long.
Yeah,
And then they'll come back in eventually. And if they keep doing it, then we can completely block them. That's what a moderator does.
Get that negativity out there.
That's the whole point of a moderator. I've got 3.
Oh.
I had almost everybody that came in my chat was a moderator. Because I knew him through Ron. We became good friends with him, but I had way too many. I had to narrow it down to 3.
Yeah.
Devin, Brandon, especially after finally personally meeting him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
And then Brent Fletcher.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't personally met him, but the only reason I made him a mod too, because I was going to do just 2.
Uh-huh.
But Brent started being able to stream and made me a mod on his channel.
Oh, I see. So then you're just like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I'm a mod for you. You're going to be my mod too. Brandon wasn't happy about it.
Well, that's nice.
But I had to narrow it down because I had way too many.
Yeah.
Especially for a small channel that I've got. I only had 65 subscribers, but I only get about 6 or 7 people viewing me every once in a while. The most I've had was about 10 people.
Yeah.
But that's when no one else is really doing anything.
Shoot,
And that's like the middle of the day too.
Oh yeah.
Or a weekend when no one's working.
Uh-huh. True. Maybe just make more videos on the weekend and stuff.
Well, I try to do them like 7, 8 o'clock at night when no one is working.
Oh yeah.
That's usually when I do my streams. It seems like I only get about 4 people in there.
Yeah.
65 subscribers, but only 4 people at a time watch. And same people every time, which I'm fine with that, but
Yeah.
I've got a few newer people in.
Well, do you need anything right now? Water or anything?
I don't drink water, you know
Oh,
that.
wow.
I'll probably do my second boost of the day in a little while, but right now I'm drinking Mountain Dew.
Farthest thing from water.
Diet Mountain Dew, though,
Oh,
so.
okay, that's better, that's better. All right, dear. Well, I'll see you after a while. I'll let you know if you need anything.
Yep. Really? That's cool. I've always wanted to try to get in when they like had the where you could watch them live, but found out that it costs to do that. So I didn't really like that Celebrity Big Brother, but the original one they had just this summer, or past summer, um, the original Big Brother. Safari Live, yeah, I've caught those a few times. Safari shows, yeah, I've caught those a few times. For Big Brother, like who? Deb, that actually wasn't my nurse in here just a minute ago. That was my, most people call them tech or care assistant. They're the ones that usually take your vitals. They're saying confirmed shots were fired at the YouTube headquarters. I wonder if it was a former YouTuber that had. Yeah, pretty much. I wonder if it's a former YouTuber that was just fired from his job, or somebody trying to start YouTube wasn't able to, or something like that. I wonder what caused this one. No, I haven't. Yeah, our grandmas had cancer, our grandpas had cancer, our aunt has had cancer. And all three of them were a different type. We've got um, family on both sides that have had cancer in the past as well. So family runs in our cancer. Or cancer runs in our family. I said that backward. Yes. Yep. There are. Especially here. Here and over at Children's Mercy where we used to go. We went to Children's Mercy for 20 years. We knew that hospital like the back of our hand. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, the hospital has internet for the nurses to use, but they have their own internet for them, and then you got internet for patients. But the computer is mine from home. They even have a game system I can get if I wanted it, but I don't feel like having it. And I always bring my cell phone with me. That's my only contact with family. Um, yeah. The thing about that there, Trevor, with the flu shots and you get them when you get the flu shot, the reason for that is the vaccine to kill the flu is actually a different type of flu. So the shot actually has a little bit of the flu vaccine in it to kill the bigger infection of the flu. So yeah, every time I get a flu shot, I end up sick for a couple of days too. My mom does. Our grandma and grandpa does. Um, but it's usually lasts about 2 or 3 days and then goes away. But better than getting the main flu that spreads around that has killed over 65 people this year. Actually, more than that. I think it's up to like 100 people died from the flu this year. But I'd rather get a little bit of the flu from the shot than get the big virus that is actually killing everybody. Um, but our stepdad, he cannot get the flu shot at all. He is allergic to it. So if he gets the flu, he gets the flu. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting at there. The better to get the shot that has just about 10% of the flu in it than getting the main flu that's going around that's killing everybody. I'd rather be sick for just a couple of days from the shot itself than get the actual flu that's going around. But our stepdad, he's allergic to the flu shot. So he cannot actually get it. So he actually ended up with the flu about 2 or 3 times this year because can't get the shot because he's allergic to it. Hello, Holly. I was just talking about you a few minutes ago. Yeah. Yep. All good stuff. Yeah, I did. I got a thing on I think it was Facebook or Twitter from NASCAR about it this morning. I never did read it though. I was busy and I couldn't read it at the time. Yeah, I did get a notification about that though. It was on Facebook that I saw it. It was from NASCAR. Just gonna find it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Dashboard Cast is back. Tune in here. That was 3 hours ago that I got it. New format with a special guest about it. That's pretty cool that they bring that back. Yeah. Yep. It's a marathon where they run on the track. Um, I think they're going to start it. I wonder. Let's see. I think they're going to be starting it this week. Is what it looks like here. Nope. Bristol, Richmond, Talladega, and Dover are where they're going to be held at. They're going to be held at Bristol, Richmond, Talladega, and Dover. Yeah, I know. All right, there you go. Yeah, that would be cool, but um, so many of us live so far apart from each other. You're in Texas. I'm in Missouri. Holly's in Georgia. Brandon's in Kansas. A lot of us are in other states from each other, so that'd be kind of hard for all of us to meet up. And for us to meet up. Yeah, and Smokey's from Georgia too, yeah. But yeah, Smokey Bear, yep. And for us all to meet up, half of us would have to fly somewhere. A lot of us don't ain't got the money to do that. I sure don't. I don't even have a job, so. And I won't be able to travel anywhere to meet any of y'all because of our treatments and medicines that we have to take. We can't really travel much. That's why we don't ever travel much. There you go. Y'all come to Kansas, we'll meet you there. That's close for Devin and I and Brandon. That'd help us out. Jim and Smokey could ride together there, Holly. You and Smokey carpool up here, and Deb would drive up from Texas. That's not too far. And then Trevor, you drive down from wherever you're at. William would have to drive from Georgia as well. Um, William gets in on our channel. No, they don't. You're hearing my phone. I was listening to that thing for Dash for Cash. You're hearing my phone. Yeah, that's true. But I've had someone kind of tell me about that too. But our cystic fibrosis. I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but there's nothing God can do about that. That's we're born with it. We're gonna have it all our life, and I didn't want it to sound way, but I don't think there's anything God can do about that. That's what it is. What He can do though is help us. Um, yeah, yeah. That's kind of another reason we created our channel is to kind of hopefully get people to start watching us, and we can kind of teach them about it as well. So, because we live it every day. It's a battle every single day. It's like when you find out you have cancer, you're battling it until either you become cancer free or that cancer takes you. That's how you gotta look at cystic fibrosis, because they can take me and Devin off this earth any day. I could be here right now, and I'm not saying it will, but it could. I could be here now and get worse overnight, and the CF take me tonight. But we're living day to day with our CF, so it can take us at any time. But as far as finding a cure for it, I don't think that's going to happen in our lifetime. There's been, me and Devin's been through, yes, exactly. It teaches us to appreciate what we have, why we have it. Yeah. We both have collapsed lungs. We've been in the hospital all our life. We've missed countless holidays, birthdays, family gatherings, church events because being in the hospital from it. It's taken away our shot of achieving our childhood dream because of our medicines and everything we do. But there are stuff we do get to do in favor of it too. We get, 2008 or 2008 or 9, we got the chance to go to Baltimore, Maryland, and do a case study based off twins, but not just twins in general. Twins that are CF, that have CF, twins that have CF and are diabetic related, who have type 2 diabetes because of this cystic fibrosis. So we've had privileges with our CF by having case studies done, being able to participate in a lot of case study events, being able to travel to Baltimore for one, getting paid to do a study back in the past, becoming spokesperson for Children's Miracle Network, because in 93, when Children's Miracle Network first started, I was actually the neonatal intensive care, also known as NIC unit. That started in Joplin, and that started at our local hospital. I was the first baby in that NICU. So, because I was so small, I was the first baby in the NICU when it opened. I was the first spokes baby for Children's Miracle Network. We've done TV telethons with our local news channels. We've done radiothons with the radio channels for Cystic Fibro for Children's Miracle Network, and we are we donate to Ronald McDonald House every year. There, I mean, we've had positives and negatives out of having cystic fibrosis. So, exactly, can't say many people have done that. And our trip to Baltimore, it was paid for. The flight was paid for. Taxi to the airport and to our hotel once we got there. was paid for. Taxi back and forth to the hospital. From hotel to hospital was paid for. And the only thing we had to pay for was our meals. But it was 3 days of study. Fourth day, we got to just exactly. The fourth day, we got a basically a mini vacation. That's the last big vacation we were on. Is that trip because let's see, we went up Tuesday. We left. We drove up Monday to Kansas City. Flew out Monday evening from here in Kansas City to Baltimore. Tuesday was our study. Wednesday was the study. Thursday was study. All we had to do for that study was have a tube put down our nose, basically. I don't want to gross anyone out, but and then we had to. I'll just leave it there, and you could. We had to have drain stuff out of our nose, basically 3 days in a row. And then that Friday we got to go and explore, and we went to took a 2-hour train ride to Washington D.C. We got to see the White House, the reflective pond, which had no water at the time. They were in the process of reconstructing it, so we didn't get to see the water. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we got to see the White House, the Capitol building. Um, they had a trolley that would go, like the cars that take you around the racetracks into the parking when you have garage patch or whatever, the trolleys or whatever. Well, they had one of those that would take you around DC and show you stuff. And yeah, it's pretty neat. But they would actually, I think it was 2012 that we did that because after the Joplin tornado, it was after the Joplin tornado we got to do that. So 2012, my senior year during the summer, is when we did it, and we wore shirts that said Joplin, Missouri on them. We took a newspaper from after the tornado aftermath, and the sign said "City Limit of Joplin," and we took that with us. Yeah, I'm wanting to go back to actually see the reflective pond actually there, but probably won't ever be able to go back up there. Yep, exactly. But um, anyway, we were on that trolley ride, and we got to see the where John F. Kennedy's buried, the torch or the flame that never goes out. That was pretty cool to see. Um, we were on that trolley ride, and they stopped at one point, and they said there's a hill with a fence off to our left or off to our right. They said if we go up on that hill, we could see the Pentagon, and we could see the hole from when it was hit in 2001. The hole was still there. But I wanted to do that, but Grandma was starting to hurt because this just a couple of years after her back, and she had just rolled her. Actually, this was uh, yeah, this few years after her back, and with all that walking, we finally had to get her a wheelchair because she couldn't walk anymore. She started to hurt, so we had to get a wheelchair for her. And so, or yeah, it's something like that. And then she had just recently had knee surgery too. So, but so yeah, they told us if you walk up on that hill, you can see where the plane hit the Pentagon. Well, Grandma started hurting, so she wanted to get back to the hotel and rest. Yeah, but Grandma said, no, you don't need to go up there and see that. So we went and went back. Um, Night of the Museum, the movie. The actual museum, the Smithsonian Museum in DC. We got to see that. Got to experience that. Uh, that was real neat to see. Didn't get through all of it though. We got through the main part. Um, when 9/11 happened, yeah, I was in school. I was in school. I was only 8 years old, I believe. Our grandma, she was driving to work. Mom was working at the school as AmeriCorps, the AmeriCorps program for little kids. Mom worked at our school, and Grandpa, I believe, he was working at Midas and Joplin around that time. Oh, you took a train to school? Wow. Yeah. What did you live in New York around that time?
Did you jump in the shower? Not as much a question.
Oh, okay.
Are you live? When are you done? Probably gonna be on the way.
I don't know.
Because it's at 5, so you're gonna jump.
I never know when I'm gonna be done because a lot of people are starting to really come in now. I'm gonna meet you guys in a second.
Hey, buddy, 440. Buddy.
Okay, I'm back, guys. I know where Denton, Texas is. I believe I drove through there going to Fort Worth. One thing I don't know if any of you knew this. I didn't know until I really seen a documentary of it, but I'll look the thing up on. There's a thing for NASCAR saying, remember back in 2001 and all that, when, or basically remembering about that year, remembering Dale's death and everything like that. Well, I was watching that one time, and it brought up that it started out as a sad year, and then a little better as the year went on. New teams started coming in, new haulers being made, and their transport trailers were starting to look more different, and some teams were being um, shut down, but newer teams were coming in, and it was the start of DEI and all that stuff, and then it got up into the month of September when that happened. Well, the day of 9/11, Kansas was opened in April of that year, I believe. April of 2001 is when Kansas officially opened for testings, and when they completed the construction of it. The construction started in '98, and it took them 3 years to build it. And yeah, I know we've been talking about that. I've been watching the news about it. I didn't know about it until Devin told me on here. But the more I was watching that video, I believe it was Tony Stewart, Dale Jr., Michael Waltrip, and there's about 3 or 4 race teams that tested Kansas for its first official testing day after opening the speedway after construction. They had testing in September that year. Well, the day of that race was 2 weeks before a Richmond race, I want to say. And some of the teams were out there testing Kansas because they were going to race it for the first time the following year. So they were having a test at it. And right after the towers were hit, they shut all airports across the country. They closed them. So since all airports across the country were closed, the drivers, the teams, and the haulers all had to drive from Kansas back to North Carolina, and then they had to drive their motor homes back to North Carolina to be ready to hopefully fly out that Friday. That was a Monday, I believe it was. We don't remember what day that was. I believe it was a Monday. And they were hoping that they'd be able to fly out to their next track a couple days later. But the day of that, they had to drive back home because the airports were closed. So even their private planes were banned from flying that day. So their pilots drove their buses home, and they had to rent a car to get back home. And then once airports were opened again, their pilots had to drive from North Carolina back to Kansas City to get their planes and fly them back home. So what they did, the rental places that they rented the cars from for that week, because the whole week of testing, what they did was the rental places allowed them to take those cars, drive them back to North Carolina, and then they said, when you're able to get back here, get your plane, bring them back then, and there will be no charge for extra time with the car. So they were able to drive rental cars out of state. The state allowed it because of the no-fly rule at the time. So they allowed them to drive Kansas rented cars out of state to drive them back home, and then bring them back when they were able to fly back again. So they kind of had a situation that day themselves. But until I seen that little documentary, I never even knew anyone was at the track that day. That was interesting to hear. But I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. It's been 2 hours. I've got to get ready and get in the shower because I have my next treatment at 5 o'clock. And yeah, I have pretty good memory when it comes to YouTube videos and stuff like that. But my port, with it being accessed, the needle part and the tape and that holds the needle, the gauze and everything, this whole part cannot get wet. So they have to tape a kind of like a Hypafix wrap or whatever you want to call it. They got to put a wrap over that so that don't get wet for me to be able to take a shower. So my care assistant is fixing to come in and get that wrapped up so I can take my shower, and there he is.